Today I'd like to talk to you about a new series I'm starting on storage, and this particular video is going to be on mobile carousel storage. You would have had cabinets you got for Father's Day or Christmas or your birthday, and you put them up on the back wall and you put your little nuts and bolts and doodads in there. But then when you get to a certain amount of junk shoved in those drawers, you have to say, is it in this one, is it in that one, where it is. So it's the actual capacity and your ability to find what you want when you want it. So that's what this series is going to cover. In this photo, I've just taken it to show you the whole length of the cabinet, double-sided on either side. This series of cabinets wouldn't fit all the way across the back there. It's not wide enough. So I've managed to put this series cabinets into this size space in the workshop. Another thing too with the cabinets is they often have a little drawer in them. And so as you go, okay, put the little plastic divider in, put me 5mm nuts on there, and I'll put my 4mm nuts on there, and before you know, you've only got 20 packets in there and it's already full. So this system is to how to utilise that space. Another thing too is you may be getting them out and you drop it. All of a sudden, all over the floor, here's your 3mm nuts, your 4mm nuts, so you have to get back, try to find them, sort of out again. Where do they go? Do they go in this box, that box? And I've got over 9,000 items in here, so I wanted a better solution. Also, sometimes you may find yourself, you say, oh, I've got this project and I'm going to build whatever, and I need 120 M4 jam nuts. Now, which drawer did I keep them in? Oh, here's a drawer, get it? How many's in there? Okay. Oh, there's 108. Oh, gee, got to order some more. So every time you want to know what you've got, you have to check, count. So it's repetitive. So it's also to reduce that, the system to reduce that. And I would advise you to start when you're young, because it's a lot easier. As you get older, you've got boxes and boxes of nuts and bolts and this and that, and it does take a long time. However, TV's crap these days, so you can sit down hour each night measuring, sorting and stacking them up. Now, this particular cabinet stand, Carousel Mobile, just got a square tube in between. Square tube in there, H sort of frame, goes all the way down to the bottom where it sits on a rectangular base. So it's like an inverted T, and on those T is some casters, 4 casters, and they also sit inside the edge. I don't make my casters so as they spin outside the edge. The reason for that is I can put it up to somewhere close and I can spin it around and I've got clearance. Sometimes you'll find if you put them out too far, they hit. But be aware, it gets very heavy and it can be unstable. So whenever you go to move it, make sure you've got a good grip. I push this outside to the garage and back inside and all that sort of thing. And another good use for that is just say you're riveting or doing a project and you've got to have different nuts, bolts and whatever. This can go up to the job. It can sit next to the job. You can be working away, oh yeah, I need that, I need that, I need that. It's good that way. Also with the hollow sections of the tube, you can make up a little tool holder and that can sit in there with your screwdrivers and pliers and that sort of thing, and just put a swing out arm, so you could then just sit it down, swing out the arm, pegboard, have your tools and all your hardware. Inside the cabinets here, there's a couple of holes and they're just screwed into the tube. So that's what makes it secure, so I can easily replace it if one gets damaged, and they will. So that's the basic mobile, because you can move around. Carousel is because you can just turn it on like those Christmas cards and all that sort of thing. Very strong, very versatile. It's not much use to you if you don't know what's in there. And there's quite a few drawers. I'll let you work out how many. So then you start a numbering system. With the alphabet, there is 26 letters in the alphabet and numbers 1 to 100. So in one row or column, if it's an alphabet, you can have 26 in a single space. If it was numbers, you'd have to have 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 26, so 2 spaces. So then if you're trying to find out the location of it, do you go 1, 11, 2, 3, 4, so 15, row 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So by the time you get down the bottom, the code is this long. So when you're setting up the code, look for the longest direction. So if it's rows or if it's columns. This one, it's rows. So each row is the alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, blah, blah, blah. And each column is a number. A1, A2, A3, A4, A5. So that goes all the way down. On the other side, it's double A. So AA1, AA2, AA3, down to the bottom. The reason for that is, I know what drawers in the front or the back. Quite simple, quite easy, fine. Numbers on the top, the alphabet's down the side. And I used to have them plain with stuff in them. Then I used to write a label on, quite a few labels to write. Then I went a bit more professional. Spent a few bucks, only a few dollars here and there. I brought Ziploc bags, large, medium and small, depending on what fits in. If you put all your items in a Ziploc bag, you don't spill one. That's how quick it is to get a few hundred nuts back into the container. Still in the same sort, individual bags. So that's one thing you should do. Put them in separate bags, don't have them loose. The next thing is, on your bag, write what they are. These are M3-105 nuts. So that's the next minimum thing you can do. The next thing after that is to count them. Write down on a piece of paper all the different, I've got square nuts, round nuts, X nuts, all different types. So I write that down and I put the date on when I done the stock take. So that's another thing. But then, great, you say, okay, where's my M5 nuts? And you go up, you look along, you say, okay, now which plastic bag was it in? That one or that one? So part of the system is you actually number your plastic bags. I'll show you this Excel sheet and I'll show you exactly how it works. You have a Ziploc bag and I had large, medium and small. So on the code for the Ziploc bag, ZL, ZM, ZS. These are ZS. Small. So on Excel, first bag I got 001 because I got hundreds. So on the spreadsheet, I got ZS001. I've got what it is. Now this depends on how you want to set your system up. I've got mine so it's more metric. So I've got like washers, like nuts, bits you get smaller ones, and then metric, and I prefer the socket head cap screws, so the socket head, all those, then down the screws, then bolts. On the other side I've got UNC, BSW. So I've got metric threads. I've got British Standard Whitworth, British Standard Fine, British Standard Pipe, British Standard Pipe Taper, National Coarse, National Fine, National Extra Fine, BSF. I've got a large variety and they all look the same sometimes. So you have to sort them out. You can have nuts. If you've got a 5mm bolt, you're looking for a 5mm nut. So if you sort of keep them nuts up here, bolts down here, National Fine here, yeah, bolts down here, BSW here. So you're not backwards and forwards. So work out what you need and how often you use it and sort it out that way. This suits me, it may not suit you. On the bag, I also put the actual drawer that it fits in. So I can find this out in the garage, fall out in my pocket, and I say, what's this? And this one happens to be the nut inserts. If you watch my videos on plastic nuts, these are ones you just put into the plastic and so you have a firm thread. So it's M3, I know the length, 10mm, nut insert, plastic bag number, and the drawer, D1. There's D1, and you'll see the space over there where it's missing D1. So I know if I find it, where it goes, and I can look it up on the spreadsheet and know where to put it back. The next thing is you've got all your nuts. You have to count them, and this is the long way. You get yourself one of these, you've got a little hole in there. I think they use them for tablets. You might see them up at the $2 shop, they're pretty cheap. So what you do is you get your bag of small nuts and bolts that you don't know what they are. You set out a series of drawers, you get your thread gauge, a bolt, vernier, whatever you need to identify the thread, the washer, whatever it is. And so you just set up a piece of paper and you write M5 and you get your M5 nut, no, no, yes, you put it over here. No, no, yes, no, 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 yes. So you then end up with a stack of M5, M8, M9, BSW, whatever. So then you've got a big pile. Then you say, okay, how many of those I've got? I only got a little bit, so they might fit in a little bag. Oh, I've got lots of these. For some reason I've got quarter Whitworth nuts, hundreds of them. Well, that might take up 4 or 5 drawers. So what you do is you have to sort all your order of what you're going to put into the drawers first. Then you get your plastic bags and you count them. So you put them in there, 1, 2, 99, 4, 5. It's easy when you're counting in 10. 1 to 10, 1 to 10, 1 to 10, 1 to 10, 1 to 10. Only 10s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. There's 100 in there. So you then put it in a plastic bag. You write on your piece of paper the bag number, drawer number, what they are, the quantity and the date. Go up to the Excel spreadsheet, type that in. Then you go on to the next one and you get your drawer. You think, okay, I've got M3, M4, M5, they'll fit in that. So they'll all fit in D1. And I had to wait for the ANET A8 3D printer I'm building and modifying to come, because another easy way is to get one of these calculators. This was a gift, pay $5 and you get $15 calculator. But this one's got a count button. So what that does, put your container in, count out 25, press the units, you tell it, yeah, there's 25 in there. Then you just get your bag, empty your bag out, and it'll tell you how many's in that cup. It goes 25, 50, 75 and 100. Now if you've only got 73 items, there's no use counting. But I put that bag in, I had to count out 25 and it counted 199. There's 200 in that bag. If I had counted out 100, the accuracy improves. But like I said, how many do you want to keep? So you can do it that way, put them in there and bang, quick and easy. Instead of handwriting the notes, I actually laser engraved all the drawers with the numbers. Then I invested in a printer. This is a P-Touch 950. They're great. They can do pictures and double lines and all this sort of stuff. You can put it onto the computer. You can do a little QR code. If you watch my other videos, you know what they are. So then you put the label on there. So for example, I've got D1 in large letters, so as you can see exactly what drawer it is. It's nut, nylock. So there's nuts in there and nylock nuts. In this particular one, there's M2, M2.5 and M3. So instead of having a separate drawer, they all fit in. So now when I'm building that and there might be a couple of nuts short, I know exactly. I'll just go up to the spreadsheet. I'll just show you how it works. You go up and you do find. Control F, type in, let's say M3 nut, all, and then it'll show you the location. I've also mapped the garage location and all the storage locations. So I've got in that code G for garage, FL for floor. I've got the walls, got a four-sided garage, so there's wall north, wall south, wall east, wall west, and each wall got the columns, the supports in the bricks. So there's bay 1, bay 2, bay 3, and then I've got storage cabinets, steel cabinets, all different types of cabinets. So they also have a number. Steel cabinet 01, steel cabinet 02, steel cabinet 03, etc. And then the shelves have a number. And I start from the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this, for example, I write on here its location code. And I know it's in the garage, it's on the west wall, bay 1, steel cabinet 4, shelf 3. So when I finish with it, I just go in the garage, open up, walk in, go over, put it in, and I know where it is next time. Instead of put it there, not there, I'll put it back, where is it? Also, you can do a search and you can find out what size bolts you've got, what size nuts you got. On the printer, it needed 22mm. So 20 was a bit too small, 25 was too big because it would hit into the stepper motor now. Loose. So I can do a search and find out what I've got a lot of. If I've got only a couple of socketed cap screws, 3 and I need 4, no good. But then I can look for screw, and I had some screws. And I could just file off, I had plenty of those screws, so I wasn't sacrificing a good screw to be machined down. So just file them down, fits perfect. So the amount of time. Plus, as you get older, you must, oh yeah, I need these nuts. And you go down to the shop and you buy them, you come back, and then 3 weeks later you find them in a bag sitting somewhere else. This saves all that. So mobile storage carousel, excellent idea. These used to be about 20 bucks each, so say a couple of $100, 150 bucks, depends on what you get on eBay. Printer, $15 go. I then also moved to a special type of Ziploc bag. These other ones you write on with next to colour, that type of thing, but it wears off. I now got Ziploc write-on bag, about 2 or 3 times more expensive, but only a few bucks for 100, let's say, but well worth it. You can write on with the biro, it doesn't rub off. So on the coding, where I had ZS for Ziploc small, I now got ZW for write-on. So if I see 2 there, oh yeah, that's a write-on one, must be there. So every second, every minute that you can save, that's time you can put to somewhere else in your life and in your hobby. So as storage goes, I strongly recommend it. And if you enjoyed this video, let me know and subscribe. If you didn't, let me know. And as always, thanks for watching.